I reminisce. Yeah. I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say?
Welcome to the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast, your home for the mindset, methodology, and tools needed to be a successful foreclosure acquisition specialist. And now your host, the Foreclosure Deals Coach, Donny.
Welcome. It is Donny, your Foreclosure Deals Coach. We want to welcome you to the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast, being broadcast to you from the Zen Office Suites in downtown Denver, Colorado. This is your host, your Foreclosure Deals Coach, Donny. And as always, I've got my main man, my producer here in the studio, Mr. John Winston. Say what's up, Jonathan.
Ahoy, matey.
You got that whole pirate thing. Like, this has been all day. Like, this didn't just happen. Literally, we've been dealing with the pirate thing since you walked in. What is it, Pirate Week? What's going on with that?
Pirates of the Caribbean binge, man. I'm sorry.
Gotta let that go. Anyway, so we are the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast, and the purpose of this podcast is to help you, the wonderful listeners of Foreclosure Deals Coach, to find, fund, fix, and flip foreclosures. Actually, we call these the 4 F's of foreclosure investing. And we're going to go through all of them here on the show today. But guys, the goal of any coaching program, the goal of, in essence, what anything you're trying to learn is to take the very complicated and to make it very simple. Right? I don't want to try on heart surgery. I'm probably not something I'm going to be good at. If you want me to practice on you to do heart surgery, please let me know on the show. But the reality is I don't know what I'm doing on that. Okay. And there's a lot of people out there who don't get the basics of foreclosure investing. There's a lot of purported gurus out there, people whose business is real estate investing, who don't fully understand how foreclosure investing works. It's very different than most real estate investment strategies, and most real estate agents, which is where I was going with that, have never been trained on foreclosure investing. Let's note here that the average real estate agent currently in the marketplace has been licensed for an average of 4 years. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. That means your typical agent is in their 4th year of production. When was the last major foreclosure crisis here in the marketplace? Okay, it was about 2007, 2008 is when the market was really taking a dive. That's going on 11 years ago right now is the last time we've been in a foreclosure market. So a typical agent out there has never experienced what it's like to go through a foreclosure market. I got my real estate license in 2007. And in 2007, everybody was saying, this is a horrible time for you to want to become a real estate agent. Why would you do this now? And the problem with that is if you listen to the pundits for too long, you start to believe it. Okay, so I'm at a very small real estate firm that a bunch of people stand around the water cooler, if you can imagine, tough racket, this real estate business. And they're discussing with me on how hard it is to be a real estate agent. And I'm having the best year of my life financially, by the way, because I'm selling a lot of foreclosed homes at the time. I hit 60 properties that very year, okay? And I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm having the most fun in my life. I'm making the most money in my life. Why aren't you looking at foreclosures the way I am, right? And the response was typical. I don't want to do those crappy houses in crappy neighborhoods. Most agents were trained to sell pretty houses in pretty neighborhoods. That's the essence of it. You can imagine if you watch the real estate, like what's that, Modern Family, right? With Phil. I love Phil. I think Phil's hilarious. But Phil's not really a real estate agent. Like, you know that, right? Like, he's a comedian, right? But they make light of it because they make it look like the job is very easy and very simple, and it's not good for the actual profession because it makes it look too easy and too simple. The key is to specialize in something, be it a neighborhood, right? Be it a specific type of real estate. We got people who are condo specialists. My wife, who is also a real estate agent, is a luxury home specialist. That's sort of what she does as her full-time thing. And here on the Foreclosure Deals Coach web podcast, we discuss becoming a foreclosure specialist, either as an agent or as an investor or as etc. But if you're in the Colorado marketplace where we're broadcasting this show, you're probably thinking there's not that many foreclosures to pick from right now. Why would you do this? Well, I saw an article recently, published by Redfin, which, not exactly good for real estate agents. They're a flat fee real estate system, so not exactly a good thing for us agents. But they published that 41% of the homes in the marketplace dropped their price in the last 30 days. I'm going to say that again. In the last 30 days, 41% of homes reduced price. The reason I'm sharing that with you guys is you're right if you're thinking that there's not that many foreclosures available right now. What you need to know is we're trying to get out in front of it. The market is changing and we are changing with it. And Colorado is one of the few places where foreclosures are not prevalent anymore. If you look at the Baltimore market, Maryland is the foreclosure capital of the United States of America right now, so much so that a moratorium has been filed to prevent foreclosures from happening to slow that pace. California is trickling back. Florida's got a bunch of foreclosures on their market. Texas is seeing it. Colorado has had such a strong market for so long that we're not seeing it. But as a foreclosure deals coach, this is what I do. This is my passion. This is my bread and butter. This is what excites me, gets me out of bed in the morning. What is foreclosed on that I can help one of my clients to get access to find a great deal in the real estate investing marketplace, okay? So because it's my passion, I didn't shift gears just because there aren't very many foreclosures on the market, but rather we started to find deals in the marketplace that maybe weren't foreclosures, that are distressed properties, because one common theme is even if there are not a ton of foreclosures, there's always somebody trying to sell a house at slightly below market, if not well below market, okay? That happens in every single marketplace. So from that, I have coined the 4 F's of foreclosure investing, and we're going to discuss all 4 of those F's right here in the podcast. If you stay tuned to the end, which I know you're going to do, but if you stay tuned to the end, I got a special bonus F for you that I think you're going to want to hear about. All right, let's get started. What are the 4 F's of foreclosure investing? Well, the first one is finding a foreclosure. Like, you have to find the deals. And I can tell you, just hopping on the MLS is not going to do it. Okay, the problem with hopping on the MLS is a lot of the best foreclosure deals I identify and help my clients to at least get started to buy before they're even listed on the marketplace. Okay, it's so important that you are working with a foreclosure specialist who understands what's happening in the foreclosure prior to it being a foreclosure, because once it hits the market, it becomes a feeding frenzy. Especially in this marketplace here in the Denver, Colorado market, where finding a below price deal is stupid rare. Right? So if you're looking to find a deal, you got to get there first. And that's true of anything, right? If Ferrari has a sale today and they're offering all their cars at half price, I'll be there first. Don't even try to beat me there. But I can assure you that they're going to sell out pretty fast, right? When there's a major sale on something, you don't have the time to do research or fact check. If you see a great deal on a property, you need to be prepared to pull the trigger on that right away, so you got to find it. To that end, we assist our clients by giving them access to foreclosure data from behind the scenes, right? And if you want to learn more about the data that we're offering, you're going to want to go out to foreclosuredealscoach.com/data. Because on that page, you're going to get access to our foreclosure data that you can sign up for our foreclosure feed, and every single month in your email box, get instant access to foreclosures right as they hit the market. In a lot of cases, before they hit the market, you're finding out about those foreclosures so you can take advantage of that, okay? So once again, that's foreclosuredealscoach.com/data. We'll get you signed up so you can immediately start getting access to foreclosure data as it happens. That's F number 1. You got to find them. Okay. The next step is once you found the property, and so many people get excited, they call me and go, Donny, I found this incredible deal on a property and I want to buy it. Here's the thing, finding it is only half the battle. Unless you are sitting on 200, 300, 400 grand sitting in a bank account right now gathering dust, the thing you need to be worried about next is funding your foreclosure deal. You've got to fund the deal. Now, funding the deal, as we've spoken about, you got a couple of options. The obvious option is getting a conventional mortgage from your local bank. And right out of the gate, I'm going to warn you against that. Although I'm also a mortgage broker and I can assist you with that, I can tell you the hardest way to fund a foreclosure deal is using conventional finance. You're better off looking at private and hard money resources to fund that deal. Why? Because conventional banks do not want to be involved in your problems. And here's what I mean. If you're buying a foreclosure, it more than likely needs work. That's why we're getting out of foreclosure. right? That's why we're getting it below market. An investment will be required to bring that house maybe up to living condition. Like you may buy something so far below the quality mark that you can't even live in the house. Do you think your local banker, just imagine your sleepy little local bank, wants to get involved in a house that if they have to foreclose on you, that nobody can live in it? This is not their forte. The bank that's got the property doesn't want the property, right? Much less a bank that's trying to lend, you're trying to borrow money from. When they see this house has plumbing leaks, roofing problems, missing a window, has no appliances, you're going to find it very difficult to get conventional financing on a foreclosure. So here at Foreclosure Deals Coach, we encourage you to get private and hard money financing lined up prior to going out hunting, and I can assist you with that. Simply go out to foreclosuredealscoach.com, sign up for our mailing list. We'll get you all the information that you need, become part of the coaching program. But part of the coaching program is getting access to my exclusive list of private and hard money lenders that are itching to fund deals like this. Okay, and that's a value right there on its own. I've sold that list because I've worked with these lenders for so long for $300 or $400. We're going to give you that as part of our coaching program here. So just an awesome benefit that we have. So where are we at? We found the property using the data feed that's out there. We funded the property using private or hard money lending preferably. Now we got to fix this bad boy. Right? And if you know anything about flipping, if you've been watching the flipping houses and you see how wonderful it is, the before and after, it's so easy. Let me tell you, the fixing process is an art form. Two problems with fixing it. Number one is fixing it to the market, meaning you don't want to over improve this property. If you live in a gorgeous house in a tip-top neighborhood, right, and you want to have high-end granite countertops and Viking appliances in your house, that is awesome. Okay, but you got to fix your property, your foreclosure property, to be aligned with what sells in the neighborhood. To that end, you got to do your homework. Okay, and part of the way you do your homework is through the tools that we offer so you can see actual flips that have happened in that market, in that very neighborhood. You will see from other investors what they put into the property. What do they spend on cabinets? What kind of countertops are popular in that area? What kind of appliances? And you don't want to build the Taj Mahal of this crappy little neighborhood, right? You want to build a house that looks and feels in line with the nicest properties in the area without going over that amount. Right? And it's so hard. It's so hard because you're going to look at this property as your baby. It's going to become something you're so excited about. You saw it when it was this really crappy house and you bought it and you fall in love. And I can tell you guys from experience that a lot of investors go south during this fixing process. Okay? Either they're trying to do the work themselves, they get in over their head, they end up having to sell it off, they over improve it, they got too much money into the property, they under improve it, so it doesn't sell in the open marketplace. This finding out where to fix it is one of the art forms that you really want an advisor to help you out with, right? You might figure out finding it on your own. People trip, fall, and land on deals all the time. You might already have access to capital, right? And be able to fund it. You got that figured out. I can help you with that as well. But if you've already got it, that's okay. But fixing it requires somebody who understands what process you want to fix it to. And then you got to find the guy to do it. Right? So finding contractors, maintaining contractors, you need to keep in mind that unemployment currently is at an all-time low nationally. Okay, so finding good contractors, people who can do the work on schedule and stay on budget is not as easy as it sounds. And I'm not trying to scare you off here, but when you understand the 4 fundamental F's of foreclosure investing, you're going to find yourself in a position to do a lot more with a lot less. Okay, so it's so important to note that you got to have the right skill set. And as your foreclosure deals coach, you should know that I'm a real estate agent, I'm an investor, and I'm also an appraiser. Okay, so the appraiser side of this comes in to I can help you to make sure we're going to value this property where you want it to be. Okay, and get it set up so you're all good when it comes time to list it. And that's the final F. You got to flip it. That's the part everybody wants to talk about, right? The big paycheck. Let me tell you something. When you're trying to sell a flip property, the marketing that goes into selling your property starts when you buy it. You should be working on adapting your perfect buyer or locating the guy or gal or family that would own this home on the day you own it. Okay, and flipping is a part of the process as well because you got to get it sold. It is not okay to just hire Uncle Jim who got his license last week to sell your flip property. It might work out, but it might leave money on the table. So the flipping process, and every flipping show, what do you see the common theme? They've always got this rock star real estate agent on the team. I want to be your rock star real estate agent for helping you to flip the property. My team and I have literally done 600 flips over the past couple of years, 600 transactions that have involved people who have bought property and then resold it. We know what it takes to get you a great deal on the back end on flipping your home. Okay, and if you're looking to do that, I implore you to join up here. The reason you're listening to this podcast is to get some information. The information I want to tell you is make sure your team is in line. Make sure you can find the home, you can fund the home, you can fix the home, and you can flip the home. And if you got the 4Fs set up, you're going to be a much better spot, and you got a high probability of making money in foreclosure investing. Right? So we've kind of gone through all the 4Fs. At this point, we want to get some interaction back from you. The idea behind this show is that we want to talk to you, okay? So if you want to reach out, please go like us on Facebook, Foreclosure Deals Coach on Facebook. Check out the website, subscribe to our mailing list where we're going to get you access to a list of bank lists where you can go to banks directly, their REO departments, and find out what properties they have on the market already. It's a way easier way to find it. It's free. It's cost effective. We'll get you that for free when you sign up for our mailing list right there at foreclosuredealscoach.com. And finally, I would love to interact with you by attending our weekly webinar session where we get together and I'm going to give you all the details about how this process works, how to take you from not sure what I'm doing to a successful foreclosure investor by attending a 30 to 45 minute webinar we do weekly where I get a chance to kind of tell you what we do and how the whole thing works, take this podcast you're listening to and get very specific into your needs and wants as a foreclosure investor. I certainly hope you will join us for that process as soon as you possibly can. Guys, we got a lot going on with the marketplace, and I did promise you that I was going to give you a secret bonus F for listening in this far. You ready?
I am.
Let's do it. All right. The final F is freedom. The purpose of foreclosure investing is to help you to find your financial freedom. The great part, when I was getting started as a young real estate agent, a young investor going out there, I looked at the guys who were making all of this incredible amounts of money, and they were able to do things that I could only fathom. They drove the really nice cars, they lived in the big houses. My mentor had traveled to Peru multiple times, had been to Italy, kind of seen the world. He had and currently has financial freedom. And that's our final and fifth F. And honestly, guys, the most important part. Why? What is your why for becoming a foreclosure investor? Why are you doing this? The idea is not just money. Money is awesome. But what we're looking to do is help to buy your freedom. If you're listening to this and you have a job you don't want, right? You're producing an income in a way you don't want to do it, you should consider foreclosure investing as a way out. Because you can make money now by waking up in the morning, checking your foreclosure list, writing offers with your agent if you aren't currently an agent, getting deals closed, going to see your project, and then picking up checks. There's a process that goes out there. And I've made my life work, my very passion, taking people who wanted to become foreclosure investors, helping them to get off of the fence and build an empire, many of which now have 7-figure net worths as a result of having worked with me. Okay, and I'm not telling you that to brag, but because my biggest part, the biggest jazz I get about doing this is helping people to attain that fifth and final F, which is freedom. What would your life look like if you were able to make several $100,000 or even $100,000 a year extra from foreclosure investing? I'm gonna be pie in the sky here. Can you do 3, 4, 5 deals a year? You absolutely can if you got the right coaching, the right mentorship, and all the 4 Fs it's gonna take to be successful at that. I simply want to be a part of your growth and success. So if you're thinking about it, if you're wondering what the next steps are, let me give that to you. Head on out to foreclosuredealscoach.com. Subscribe to our mailing list, like us on Facebook, and let's get started. I think that first interaction is going to tell you right away whether or not coaching with me, your foreclosure deals coach, is going to be a good fit for both of us. And if you believe that it is, I want to help you to obtain the freedoms that you're looking for. Maybe you want to give more back to your church. Maybe you want to help your kids' school. Maybe you want to travel the world. Maybe you're like me, you got that 6th F, the Ferrari. Right? It's a big one. That's what I'm working towards. I like my cars. This is how it is, okay? Whatever you're working towards, I believe my coaching product can help you to get there. You know, education is key, knowledge is key. We have a lot of fun on this show and we talk about a lot of great stuff here, but really, guys, the essence, the purpose of all of it is helping you to find the freedom that you're looking for through foreclosure investing. There are multiple vehicles out there, investment vehicles. You could buy stocks and bonds. You could invest in your 401k. You could put more money in your IRA. There are other ways you can get there, but if you are passionate and interested in taking this financial vehicle and heading off to the next level, I would be honored to be a part of that growth. So I hope you had a good time on the show today. We're going to wrap it up with that. We got our 4 F's done, that 5th bonus F, and I do hope that you'll take action. Head on out to foreclosuredealscoach.com, hit our website there, subscribe to our mailing list, and join us for our weekly webinar. We're going to go into great detail on how foreclosure investing could change your life and get you that 5th F, which is freedom from all the things that maybe you don't want to do or don't want to have to do anymore. With that, this is Donny Coram, your foreclosure deals coach. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for sharing this podcast with your friends and family. We are growing leaps and bounds right now. It's overwhelming, all the inbound traffic that we're getting. It's been an incredible run. I'm so glad you've been a part of it, and I hope to continue to be a part of your podcast listening experience as long as you'll have me. This is Donny Coram, your foreclosure deals coach. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at the top.